Well, welcome to my channel. This is Observer of Anomalous Objects, and my name is Dale Robinson, and I'm glad that you're here. I was going to do another video about key players in the UFO or UAP phenomenon area, and I'm planning on doing that video, but I feel compelled to kind of jump in and talk about recent events. There's a lot of frustration going on with people right now in UFO Twitter. People feel like they've been lied to. People feel like the government is hiding things, and that's probably always true. But I wanted to give my take on it, and hopefully this will calm some of your frustrations if you are frustrated by it. But as you know, there were 3 objects, not counting the Chinese spy balloon, that were shot down recently in places like Alaska and Lake Huron and one other place. And a lot of people got excited on UFO Twitter thinking, yes, this is proof. This is proof that there are UAPs in the air. These are the things we've been trying to get the government to see. But from the very beginning, I was skeptical that these were the same UAPs, the same objects that were being spotted on radar and seen by the military pilots and picked up by FLIR. Because they didn't really match the characteristics. And I think the one thing that kind of stuck out for me was these things were pretty easily shot down. And what Captain David Fravor said was these things kind of bounced around. And I'm going, I think that would be pretty hard to hit one of those. Plus, you're talking, high tech. You're talking about something that's so far advanced from anything we have. I mean, how in the world are we going to shoot those objects down? Especially if they can go from 28,000 feet to sea level in like 0.7 seconds. And so there was a lot of questions I had when this story first came out. And I really didn't believe that we were talking apples and apples. I think we're talking apples and oranges, to make an analogy. Actually, I think we're talking with the things that were shot down, they're like a go-kart versus an Indy race car. They're that different. But I wanted you to know I'm not the only person who thinks this. Chris Mellon put out an article talking about this very subject and the connection of why we need to be looking, into our airspace and really dialing in on it. He says on October 4th, 2017, Lou Elizondo resigned his position on the staff of the Secretary of Defense in protest over the failure to report or investigate UAP violating restricted U.S. airspace. This occurred after we had spent months working to alert senior officials and get them to take action regarding UAP violating restricted military airspace. Now listen to this. This is important. Most of these incursions were not slow, high-flying objects, but craft operating at much higher speeds, at much lower elevations, in much closer proximity to U.S. forces and facilities. Notably, many of these objects appear to exhibit performance characteristics that are far more impressive and concerning than any of the objects recently shot down by the U.S. Air Force. And if you watch the latest episode of Need to Know, I think it was episode 29, and it was titled 99 Balloons, and you listen to Ross Coulthart and Bryce Zabel, you'll see that they don't think that these were the same objects that we saw with the Nimitz encounter in 2004 and the other gimbal and all those in 2015. And so as Chris laid out for us, these are not the same objects. Now, I know a lot of people are frustrated, and I get it. People are just dying for disclosure, and I am too, and so I sympathize with you. But here's what I warned in some of my tweets, is that if we overplayed this, I said it at the time that everybody was all excited about what this meant. I said if we overplayed this, then our skeptics, our debunkers like Mick West and others like that, they're going to throw this right back in our face. And I sometimes wonder, and this is kind of a conspiracy theory, I'll be honest, I'm not really a conspiracy theorist person, but is it possible that this was all orchestrated and set up to somehow diminish what's taking place through the NDAA and the whistleblower protection? We had a lot of momentum on our side, and I just wonder if, as I said in some of my tweets, that they're going to counter. The battle's not over. The war's not won. We're going to win some victories. They're going to strike back. And so there's part of my mind, like I said, this is just a conspiracy theory here, and I'll be honest with you, that maybe this was kind of set up to make us look like idiots, to get Congress frustrated so that they kind of say, you know what, I don't want any part of this. I mean, if this is just balloons, if this is just commercial balloons that were put up there and we just didn't know about them, and that's all it is, well, why are we wasting our time on it? And so that's why the conspiracy theories going on. But there are some legitimate questions we should be asking, because there is a possibility they could be UAPs, even though I believe it's probably slim. But we could ask legitimate questions. Where is the camera views of the jets from the jets themselves when they were shooting these objects down? So we can actually see with our own eyes what they look like. And where's the crash debris? Why aren't they bringing it out? Of course, if they did bring it out, it may be like Roswell, where they brought out something that wasn't crash retrieval, probably just aluminum foil and stuff like that. That's what it looks like to me from Roswell. And so my suggestion for everyone is just calm down. This isn't a major blow unless we make it one. This isn't some great discovery that they're hiding from us. I don't believe that, according to what Chris Mellon has said and according to the need to know. I don't think this is something that we should just hang our hat on and get in a brawl with the Department of Defense and the government. I don't think this is one of those things that it shouldn't be one of those mountains that we're going to die on. I mean, there's certain mountains that's worth dying on, but I'm not sure this is one of them. So I suspect, my personal opinion, this is just me, is that there's a good chance that these actually were Chinese spy balloons or spy tech of some kind. And Biden doesn't want to escalate the tensions that are taking place between the U.S. and China right now. And so I think that they probably are going, you know what, China, we know now. We know what these are. And so we're going to dial this back. We're going to pretend that these other three are just commercial to kind of give you a way out. But just know, we know. And I think they're hoping that it's a gesture that will de-escalate the tensions. Of course, I could be wrong on that. This could be simply what they say it is. But there are a lot of questions. Why classify it? And like I said before, why not show us the debris? Why not show us the video from the fighter jets that shot these things down? I don't know why in the world they couldn't show us this stuff. I'm sure they could figure out a way to do it where it wouldn't give away any of our secrets. And so I made this video for the purpose of kind of helping everybody to kind of calm down a little bit. This is not a major loss for us. I think maybe we got too excited and we jumped in with both feet when we kind of probably should have stopped and kind of took our time and waited till all the evidence come in. Because you know what I'm talking about. When something's reported, it doesn't matter whether it's a train wreck, a car wreck, an airplane crash. The preliminary reports are normally inaccurate. Normally they're inaccurate. And so I tend to be a guy, when I hear things, I kind of want to wait a little bit. I want to take a little bit of caution and say, okay, maybe this first report isn't accurate. And let's wait till we get more information, and then I'll start getting on the bandwagon if the next information, what's coming out next and next and next, confirms what was stated originally. But like I said, most of the time, the original, what's originally thought is wrong. And so I tend to be a little gun shy. So I don't think this is a big deal. I think probably people are accurate that there's something being hidden here. Exactly what it is, we don't know for sure. I suspect it's probably that this was China and they've been caught red-handed and we're trying to give them a way out. But I don't have any proof. That's just my thinking. But let's just kind of wait. If there is something to this, and Congress is aware of something more than what President Biden said and his spokesman John Kirby said about this just being commercial, if there's something more to this, I think we'll find out. I don't think Congress is going to let this go if that's the case. So let's be patient. We'll get to the truth. And I don't think this is a disclosure event, but I think there's probably more to it than we know. Anyway, you have a wonderful day. This is Observer of Anomalous Objects, signing out.